met her was on tour at a concert. She had long black hair and a short miniskirt. Just got on stage, dripping with sweat, walking through the crowd, and guess who I'm with? A whisper in the ear, come to the picture booth. Ask you some questions, see if you're 100 proof. Asked her name, she said blah blah blah. She had 9, 10 pants and a very big bra. Took a couple of flicks and she was enthused. She said, how'd you like the show? She was very amused. Started throwing bass, she started throwing back mid range. But when I popped the question, she acted kind of strange. When I asked her if she had a man, she said, nah, I only have a friend. Come on. You got what I need. You said he's just a friend. You said he's just a friend. Oh baby, you got what I need. You said he's just a friend. You said he's just a friend. Oh baby, you got what I need. You said he's just a friend. Said he's just a friend. You got what I need. You said he's just a friend. Said he's just a friend. Oh baby, said he's just a friend. I won't deny it, I'm a straight rider. You ain't messing with me. Police busting at me. Can't do nothing to a G. I won't deny it, I'm a straight rider. You wanna mess with me. Police busting at me. They can't do nothing to a G. Thank you.
Alright, thank you. So next up we're gonna have a lovely performance from the equally lovely Julia Kupferman.
I want your babies.
I will die for you, Julia!
I'm short.
Julia, what shoe size are you?
I'm a 7.
Nice.
You're looking at Snatch Penny. Maybe not.
Alright, that's cool.
It's not good. Just look over there. I think we can all hear what's pretty. I can't see anything.
Tilt it. It's not all good. It's tiny. Yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna be singing "Make You Feel My Love" by Adele. It's pretty like awkward doing it a cappella, so it's like gonna be pretty long silence.
Julia, we love you.
Already, is it the camera can do it now?
I don't think so.
We believe in you. Ask Mama.
When the rain is falling in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear,
And there is no one there to dry your tears. I could hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I would never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met. No doubt in my mind where you belong. I go hungry, I go black and blue. I go crawling down the avenue. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. And with the stars are raging on the rolling seas, and on the highway of regret, the winds of change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me yet. I can make you happy, make your dreams come true. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you, to make you feel my love, to make you feel my love.
Thank you so much, Julia. That was beautiful. I think we all can agree. So it is again that part of the night where I mention I have a radio show, and the way you can find that radio show. Now this is important, guys. So listen up. So because I get tons of questions each week of how can I get your radio show?
Wait, do you have a radio show?
I do. Thank you for bringing that up. I do have a radio show. It's called Out There. And the way you find Out There is you can search on Facebook and type in that search box, Out There Radio, all 3 separate words. And then you press Out There Radio. And you scroll, and there are tons of archives and links. You just press the link, and it takes you right to my show. You don't have to do anything else besides press the link. Woo! Is that clear? So, cutting right to the chase. Next up, we have Kat Rivera.
Are you beatboxing?
Yes, that's me. I am beatboxing. Thank you for asking. Alright, I'm gonna get that stool, so let's get it together.
That's my butt. Are you doing sit down comedy?
Like, if you have to, like, grab her limbs and, like, not grab my limbs.
I don't see any of you. It's very bright up here, and it's just blackness. It's great. I don't know why I moved the stand and just took my, I don't know what I'm doing. It's fine. Hello, here we go.
There you go, Catherine.
I'm going to keep this here in case I need it. I don't know why I need it, but you know how it is. Hello, everybody. How's it going tonight? I didn't get any answers. I was just clapping.
Good.
That was good.
Alright, that's good.
I had an
That's
awful
good.
day. Can we talk about it?
Yeah, we can talk about it. What's up?
I have a lot of issues going on in my life.
Sean,
What?
calm down.
Abe, this is very serious, and I'd appreciate it if you just let me have this.
I can see you guys if I crouch like this, but if I'm like this, I can't see any of you. This
I think
is
that's
really
better.
weird.
We're the boys.
Alright, I'm not gonna look at any of you. So, you're all beautiful people, but I don't want to look at you too much. You know how it is. I'm gonna tell a story. And a few of you have heard this story before, or have heard legends of this story, but you're all gonna hear it firsthand tonight. I'm gonna do a scoot.
raise your hand if you heard a story. I'm not saying this is what it's about. If you heard a story mainly about poop, would that make you feel uncomfortable?
Uncomfortable?
Yeah. All right, maybe you'll hear a poop story tonight. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not giving away any spoilers. Ooh, it's like purple. I can see some of you guys now. Hi, guys. So we're gonna throw it back to, I'm gonna say 2002. Some of you were alive in 2002. That's really exciting for you. So let's just imagine. All right, this wasn't an invitation for a discussion. When we have a discussion after about our personal feelings about the story, we could discuss. But right now, this is about me. She said my name, so we're just going to listen to me right now. Because I'm a little bit important. Thank you. You could laugh at that. No, I'm not telling you to. It's fine. Thank you, Sheila. I hate that thank you laugh. I want you to laugh really loud whenever something's wrong.
Okay, well, can I laugh? Even if it's not funny, can I just laugh?
Just laugh at random times.
There you go. Tell
Just like that. Cool. So 2002, I was about 4 years old, and I was in my grandparents' apartment in the Bronx. And because I hated my grandmother for no known reason, I just didn't like doing anything she told me because I was a bitch at 4 years old, which is really great. She told me before we had dinner, Catherine, she has an accent, but I'm not going to do the accent because I can't do that. She's like, Catherine, you should go poop now before we have dinner so you don't have to poop later when everyone else is pooping. And I'm like, look, I'm not going to poop now. You don't have to tell me what to do. I'm going to do it later because I'm in charge of my life. I just turned 4. You were at my birthday party. Really great stuff. Bouncy castle. I know what I'm doing here. So she was like, okay, I guess I'll listen to you because I told her exactly that and she knew what was up. She listened to me. She was like, she's in charge. She's this tall, but I'm going to listen. So I had dinner, no pooping. After dinner, I was like, I made a mistake. Because I really had to poop, but I was looking at my cousin. Let's call her Jessica. I called her Jessica last time I said this, so let's just keep calling her Jessica. I looked over at Jessica on the other side of the table, and Jessica was about 7 years old. She was older than me by a lot, but wasn't really that much bigger than me, so like if I had to push her out of the way in a fight, I could. I could hold my own against her. Jessica was a weak-ass hoe anyway, so it's fine. So I'm looking at Jessica, and she's looking at me like, I in the bathroom a little bit. And I'm like, no, I'm faster, I could do this. And I wasn't much faster, but I knew how to roll. So I look at her, and we both move at the exact same time towards the bathroom, which is about 5 feet away. So I run, I trip immediately because I'm not athletic. Even at 4, I didn't know what sports was. I rolled into the bathroom. She tripped over me. She was running faster than me. And she face planted into the bathroom. Now, we were both here. So no one really had claim to the toilet yet. But since she was pretty much knocked out on the floor, I grabbed that toilet, made it my bitch. It was fine. I was sitting down. She's crying. She's in the corner of the bathroom where the shower is, hysterically crying. I'm like, look, it hasn't even gotten that bad yet. You don't even know where this evening's going to go, and you're still crying. You have to kind of save those tears, and she should have saved those tears because she really needed them later on. Because I'm down there, I'm pooping, I'm having a great time. I'm like, this is lit. I didn't even know what the word. All right, I didn't even know what the word lit was, but I felt it in my heart. My grandmother comes in because she hears excessive crying because Jessica can't keep it together. And she's like, what's happening? And I'm like, well, I'm just trying to take a poop like you told me to. She's like, Catherine, you're a little bit late. She's not having these full conversations with me because I was probably like, because I was 4 and I didn't know what words were yet. I was in school, but you know how school is. We've all been to school before, right?
And how?
Yeah. Do any of us know any words? I'm not saying words.
Cow.
Onomatopoeia. I was gonna
There
say
you go. There you go. I don't know what any of that was. So I'm basically vomiting out of my mouth. Not actual vomit. We'll get to that later.
Say you're welcome, I laugh.
Thank you, pal. And she's like, what's happening? Jessica's crying in the corner because she's just losing her mind. And my grandmother kind of assesses the situation a little bit. She's like, all right, let's get to work. Now, my grandmother raised 2 sons. It was my dad my uncle, and they're both a year apart. And everyone's always like, oh, boys are like that. Boys just kill each other and poop all the time. Well, you don't understand how girls are. They're like that, but like 10 times over. In a situation like this, it gets really dark. So my grandmother's like, all right. She ties her hair back and she takes off her earrings. So you know it's really going down. She doesn't put on gloves at this point, even though she had the option to put on gloves. I still don't understand why she didn't have gloves on. But let's just say she did, for the purpose of not making this grosser than it is. She tells Jessica, get in the shower. At this point, I see what's happening, and I start crying a little bit. I'm shaking. I'm like, I can't do this. I don't want to live on this earth anymore. That was the first suicidal thought I had in my entire life, was sitting on that potty. So I still had the little potty seat because my butt was too small. Otherwise, I would have just fell in, and it would have been a bigger mess than this is. So she's like, Jessica, get in the shower. Jessica's crying. Suddenly, Jessica's completely naked. I don't know how that happened. She's naked. She is shivering. She is crying. My grandmother gets out a box of things. She gets a box, a literal box, and she puts some stuff in it, even though she only moved like 2 feet, so she really didn't need the box. But she brought it just to like emphasize how hardcore things were about to go down. She had a shower cap, like the things you put on your hair in the shower. She had a bottle of this hair gel, which it comes in this clear container that is vaguely dildo-shaped, and it does look like it's filled with lubricant. And I felt it before, and it feels like lube, but she has a bottle of that. I don't know why. Still don't know why, but she has that. She has the hair cap, and then she has an assortment of other things like bobby pins and like pliers. I don't know why she needs that. She ended up not using those things in this process, but I was very scared seeing this box of metal products with a naked child right next to it. So she's like, Jessica, get in the shower. Jessica's in the shower. She starts running the water. Jessica's crying. I don't know if I can emphasize this enough. Jessica was crying so much her body was dampened by her tears. She was just moist all over. I don't know if it was sweat, because she saw what was happening, and every regret she's ever had in her 7 years of life just flashed before her eyes over and over and over and over and over again. But my grandmother instructed Jessica to get in a squatting position. So Jessica's crying, right? She's all sweaty. She's like, oh my God, what's happening? And she's like, Jessica, squat. So Jessica squats.
No.
She's ready. I just want to give you a visual of what my grandmother looks like. My grandmother, you're probably imagining like a regular grandmother with like the... No, my grandmother is very long platinum blonde hair, very long red nails, and she doesn't like anyone even looking at her without having full makeup done. So imagine this woman wearing high heels, having to squat under a 7-year-old naked moist child, hold open that shower cap baggie with one hand, and then with the other hand, caress her legs to help her poop better. This is what I saw while I was doing my own business on the toilet. I'm looking over, and I'm like, what is this? What is this? And before I know it, I'm done, but I cannot move from my spot. I'm glued there. I'm transfixed watching this. There's water everywhere. There's more tears. There's maybe blood. I think there's like a bird in there now. I don't know how the bird got in there. I hear like an audience outside cheering her on. People are like paying tickets to come see this. I'm like, this is great. This is horrifying. This is great. And eventually Jessica gets it out. But it took about 20 minutes. I don't know why. And I was talking about this event, because afterwards I was crying, I crawled outside, I was somehow naked too. I'm out there lying in the hallway, and my dad's like, all right, I'm gonna leave you here for the night. And I'm like, no, Dad, don't do this. And he leaves me. And that night, I watched a lot of very inappropriate movies for my age, because my grandmother doesn't know how to be a grandmother. I saw my first nipple. That wasn't my own nipple. And I think that was a really nice way to round out the night. But I was speaking about this event to Jessica, my grandmother, one night. None of them remember it at all. So that leads me to think, did I make this up? Because this is a weird thing to make up. Like, if I wanted to make it up, I would have gone a little bit more hardcore with this. I would have had like a unicorn been there. There would have been like an alien that came out of her butt, like the baby aliens from the movie Alien, but it plopped right out if I was being imaginative. But I'm not. And they don't remember it at
Because if it wasn't them, whose house was I in? Who was pooping like that? What woman that just like my grandmother was touching this girl? Am I okay? Was I safe during that? I don't know. Because I don't remember saying this. And I've had like a lot of other instances in my time. And I've had photo evidence of me just being naked all the time at my grandparents' house. And I know there was like no inappropriate stuff going on. So my parents were like, haha, it was so funny, you're always naked. And I'm like, what? None of you saw anything wrong with that? That's weird. Put some clothes on me. Yeah, but now whenever I hear someone poop, that's all I think about is this. Not when I poop, because I'm like, alright, that's fine. But my life is a lot different, and it's been different a lot. I don't know how to end this story. Alright, so keep the legend on. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your parents about the poop. That was great. Let's have another round of applause for Kat because that was great. That was really great. So next up we have Phoebe Fisher reading some more of her awesome poetry.
Brought back on stage, so here I am, and I'm now Caroline List, and I've upgraded to a Google Docs app as opposed to a Google Notes app. So here we go.
Nice.
This is called I'm Not Afraid of the Dark, and it's kind of about growing up atheist. I don't think my parents played peekaboo enough with me as a child. Is that where you're supposed to learn that the world is still there even when you can't see it? That things are still happening even when you can't experience it? That the world is still turning even when you can't feel it spin? That gravity is still holding you down to this earth even when you can't feel its pull? I still haven't learned that. I can't trust that the world is there when I close my eyes, that the sun is still beaming when a tree covers it, that the moon still hovers even during the day. I can't believe in a God unless I meet them. Maybe I'm just really self-involved. I don't know. I don't have trust in life beyond me. When I close my eyes, I still think that there's a chance the world goes away until I open them. Maybe I just don't like to assume. Maybe I'm just not as afraid of the dark. Some people think that this is a tragedy. I think I'm just minding my own business. Who says that the world isn't crashing down every time I go to sleep? Who says that when I'm in my room, my life goes just a bit slower than when I'm outside? Who says that when I don't hear the rain pouring down outside, it's not actually silent? I only know what I experience when I close my eyes, but that's okay, because I'm not afraid of the dark. Okay, and yeah, so the next one, I couldn't think of a better title besides Transcendental Ass, so we're gonna go with that as well. Why can't I see through the see-through glass? It just fogs and breaks as I look. Everyone says they can see what's outside, but all I see is myself on the floor. I'm supposed to look through the glass, but all I see is a looking glass and my own glassy-ass reflection on the floor. I can't stop looking down, that's where the words are, that's where the faces are, that's where I am. 25 days of my life are a piece of scrap metal. I can't strain my eyes to see the full piece, I can only see the pieces. But that's fine, because pieces are a piece nonetheless, and I am satisfied. Thank you. Yeah, I can do one more. Okay. And this one's gonna be a pretentious feminist one, so we're just it's called Pretty, and it's kind of just basically just being objectified. It's me ranting. You don't care if I'm beautiful. You care if I'm pretty. You're some 50-year-old man I've never met. How do you know I'm beautiful? How do you know I'm a good person, that I'm smart? How do you know I can make an impact on the world? You don't care if I'm beautiful, you care if I'm pretty. You don't want me to be a beautiful person. You want me to be a pretty plastic piece. You want to dress me up in frilly dresses, do my makeup, braid my hair. You want to curl my lashes. You don't want me to speak. You want me to smile. You don't want me to see. You want to look at my eyes. You don't want me to feel anything. You just want my skin to be blemish-free. You don't care if I'm beautiful. You care if I'm pretty. You don't even care if I think I'm pretty. You care if you think I'm pretty. You want me to thank you for remarking on how I look, but if I say I know, you tell me to be more humble. You don't accept that I care if I'm a beautiful person. You think it's bad that at times I care if it's pretty, but it's perfectly okay for you too. You don't care if I'm beautiful. You care if I'm pretty. When you say, oh, what an adorable daughter you have to my parents, and they respond, she's smart too, you say, well, isn't that nice, and walk away. But if they respond some monotonous phrase about my hair, you smile and want to hear more. You want to touch my hair and pinch my cheeks. Maybe no one wants to be touched by you. Stop pinching me, you don't know me, and consent is a thing, and this is not. You don't care if I'm beautiful, you care if I'm pretty. Okay. Thank you.
That's right.
You're a champ, Tom.
All right, thank you, Phoebe. All right, so now we're gonna take a super quick intermission. So, but wait, before you guys leave, I just want to give you a little speech on. Please check out our artists. They're so awesome. Yes, go buy that stuff. Go buy everyone's
I
stuff.
would, but I know
So
nobody's
go
gonna buy
and
it.
buy people's
I
art.
am driving
Because
to
it's
shop.
super important to support your artists. Okay, thank you.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I'll do anything.
Jacob, are you okay? Jacob!
Jacob!
God, he's dead.
Is Jacob alive?
He's gone. No, save him.
Go! Jacob!
He's dead. Oh, he's actually dead.
Oh my god, Jacob, you're alive! Jacob, you're alive.